Welcome to the live. I want them to be able to ask, and can we? Okay.
Nice.
So, as I promised, I have my beautiful friend Natalia here with me, and instead of me and her just connecting and having a conversation, I wanted to bring our conversation to you, my community. Because right now what I'm feeling, I'm allowing so much support in my life, and I could have done this without you, but I want to do this with all of you. And if you're new here, my name is Stephanie, and I just went through a 5-day plant medicine retreat, and I experienced cacao, golden teacher mushrooms, Bufo, Ayahuasca, and San Pedro. And the experience that I received is more than I could imagine. And my friend Natalia, she has shared a similar journey as mine, and I'm so grateful that you are here. So I wanted to share with you guys, but because I need some direction, and she's going to help guide the conversation, and she might even ask the questions that so many of you might have. So that's why I wanted to bring this forth. And this is just the beginning. And let us know if you can hear us or not hear us, because we are out in public, and the connection, the Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. So it's okay.
It'll be perfect.
It was a journey to get here. Okay. So,
Okay. So, if I were to ask you, how was your experience? Where would you begin? How would you want to begin?
I will begin with laughter, because the experience there was so many different layers of the experience, but it was confirmation. Like it was confirmation for me. It was like you just needed to remember who you were and know that you are already that. And I was thinking that this experience was going to be like painful or just a heaviness. But this journey for me was for me to remember lightness, love, and joy, and pleasure, and falling back in love with the oneness.
I love that you said, maybe you said this in the video that you shared prior about your experience and how it was one of joy and love and lightness. And sometimes I think some people forget that you don't have to struggle to heal.
Yes!
You don't have to, it doesn't have to be painful. Sometimes we have this idea that it must be work, I guess depending on our individual chart probably, and all kinds of things, but it's so true. It does not have to be so heavy. Sometimes all it takes is to realign yourself with the source, which is all joy. Ultimately, all love, all joy. When you feel that in your body, that can now drive how you're living.
That's exactly what it was. Hold on. Press 1 if you can hear us, because we're out in public, so we don't have microphones, and I'm thinking microphones probably would be good, but it's fine. This is just the beginning. Press 1 if you can hear us.
I wonder, if I were to look at it and go over there.
Well, yeah, I wonder if I just bring it closer to me. So let's see. We're just figuring this out, because it needs, something in me is like.
Yeah, I don't even have to be in it. I can just be asking.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then and they can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, press 1 if you can hear me. It's really important. If you can't hear me, let me know. There's 2 people in the room, so I want to make sure you can be a part of this too.
I don't know.
You think so?
I think it's
Okay.
fine.
It could just be my ego. Distracting.
I feel like at a certain point, if they can't hear you, they probably would let you know also. If they're
Yeah.
watching and they couldn't hear you.
Okay. So anyway.
So do you want to go through each day and kind of say something about that experience? Just so that we have a flow of
I
your
want this
journey?
conversation to be exactly how it would be if
Okay.
wasn't
All right.
there.
Okay. So can I ask you some questions?
Yes!
All right. I want to know in order. I want to
Okay.
know how you felt when you got there. What was, you met the other participants. How was that? How did you feel? Were you excited? Were you nervous? And then I want to know how each night went. And I want to know whatever you want to share about the flow of that process. And did you feel like each night built upon the previous? Did you feel like each night addressed a certain theme? How was that for you?
Yeah, it did. So leading up to it, I was so surprised with how trusting I was to Serenity and Mish. And shout out to Amara Sanctuary. That's where the retreat was, and it was beautifully held by Mish and Serenity. And they reached out to me and they asked me, they saw a video of mine, and they invited me to come to the retreat. And I said yes. Well, I acted like when I had the call with them, like I had to think about it. But
Your soul was like, yes, I'm doing
yes,
it.
and so, but I didn't want to seem too eager. I didn't want to seem like too eager. Because I didn't know these people. They just popped up in my reality. They saw my video and was just like, we want you to be here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I spoke to my friend Akila, because I was like, I gotta call Akila, because I know that she will understand. And she affirmed what I was feeling and just guided me to ask the questions that I should ask with this type of stuff. But I knew once I spoke to her that it's still a yes. And so then when my husband came home and I told him, he was like, "You're gonna do it?" And I was like, yes. And he was like, I could tell he was surprised. And so I wanted to just call them right back that same day. But I was like, no. Let it sit in your body. And I think I waited for about a week. And then I reached out and was just like, it's a yes for me. And
I have a question about that. How I would like to hear how that feeling feels like for you when it's a yes immediately, but there is still some sort of like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be too eager. There's some sort of like excitement that some people might interpret as maybe anxiety. Like you're not. It is a yes in your body, but it might, if you're not used to that level of certainty, it might feel like unsettling. Is that how it feels for you, or you were like clearly it was?
For me, it was like, who am I to receive something so amazing? And for me, it was like, I am not worthy of something amazing. So there has to be something wrong with this, because I didn't deserve pleasure. I didn't deserve good things. And that was where the doubt came in. And I was trying to find out, because I was just completely open to it, that then it was just, I was a little afraid of how trusting I was. So then that's when the unworthiness, and like, you don't deserve something so great, so you shouldn't be this excited about it. That's how it was for me. Like, I don't deserve good things. I don't deserve pleasure. And that was what I learned in yeah, that's what I received and remembered.
That's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you said yes,
Okay.
and then there was all the prep work that you did with the diet, and being very discerning with where you place your attention, what you put into your body, all of these things leading up to it. Do you want to talk about that? I mean, I already know about that.
Yeah, you already know about that. So remember, this is just a conversation.
Yes. I already know about all the diets. So that, I mean, that alone is like a process. So you probably, even with that alone, even if you did no medicines, that already like brought things up.
I'm happy that they did that. You know how they say that we don't know the diet and everybody's battling what's the right diet. Mm-hmm. I received revelation that it is no, this is the diet, that's the diet. It's just where you want to be at vibrationally. It's just where you want to turn your frequency. And all the foods have a purpose. The fruits and the vegetables and all of that, they are at the highest frequency.
Yep.
And I don't say this to make meats and the other foods wrong. It's just that when you are going into other realms, when you are expanding your consciousness, you do not want to feed the ego. The journey is about silencing that ego, and the foods that we eat is what feeds it. So a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, the coffee, like just all of that stimulates. So when you're going into the ceremony, because what is happening, the ego is dying. So before you get to the ceremony, you must start calming the ego, and that's why you eat the fruits and the veggies. You can eat a little meat, but you gotta be careful with that. Everybody's body is different, because there are some shamans that say eating meat is okay, but not with gravy and breaded and all the salt and the savory.
Unknown meat from unknown source. Like.
Yeah, it's a way. It's it's a way you handle the food that will change the frequency of it. That's how I see it. Because you can have fruit and you douse it with sugar. That can change the frequency of the fruit. And douse it in salt, that changes the frequency and it's activating the ego. And in this process, you are silencing the ego. The ego must die. So in the start of it, it starts with what you put in your mouth and into your gut.
Yep. I totally agree with everything you said. And like they're absolutely different frequencies of different foods. And almost as much what matters is like how you're feeling when you're eating. Are you just like absent-mindedly grabbing something while watching TV, or like are you present with your food? That also is important. But yes. It's okay, so I want to know, you got there.
Okay.
You got there? How are you feeling? Are you like,
okay, so leading up to it, I was sure. I was like, nothing to fear. And then the week came, leading up to it. And then that's when all the fears came. The doubt came. And I made sure not to talk to anyone about it except for you and Ariana. Like, I made sure not to talk to anyone that maybe haven't experienced it. Because I know until you go on the other side, you will not be able to understand it at all. Like, everybody that got the negativity about it is because they never done it. Okay? So I went into that with all the expectations, and they tell you don't go in with expectations. I did it anyways.
It's kind of impossible to get away
it's
from,
impossible.
but it's good to be aware that you're doing it. At least.
So I get there. I was terrified. I was terrified. Once I got there, but I was terrified. But I felt at peace. I felt at home. Yeah, and just having all of those people around me made me feel safe, because we were about to do this together.
Yes.
Like, shout out to Lena, Peter, Kylie, Carol. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are some of the most powerful, amazing, loving people. And I wouldn't have had it any other way. It's with them. Yeah. We all had a story. Yeah.
You were all meant to be there together. That's what I've found out. Like, there is an individual experience to it, but there's also the collective experience of everyone dealing with what they're dealing with. Yeah. Potentially, like, some people sharing a thing that they're working out. Like, it's a really beautiful synergy that happens. what I found when you go to these things. Everyone is there for a reason. With you, together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like a little bit nervous. You're about to head to your first night, which was the cacao and mushrooms.
Yeah.
How was it?
Okay, so when we went to the mandala to set the intention and bring in the light, that's when Mish gave us the cacao with the microdose of mushrooms, and that was...
What's a microdose? Okay, you don't know how much.
Oh!
No, like you don't know how much.
No, I didn't ask, but I will say that one of the girls there, she said I microdosed for therapy, and then she was like, after that, she was like, that was not a microdose. She was like, I was tripping, and the other lady said they were tripping, but for me, it was one of the best feelings I've ever felt. It was the very first time I felt my heart. I felt my heart, and it was like a realization that I was walking in this world with a closed heart. And it was so overwhelming for me that serenity had to come over to me and hold me, because I just did not know that my heart was closed. And I'm just getting emotional thinking about it.
Me too.
That the world is walking around with their hearts closed.
And you wouldn't, unless you feel the feeling again of what it feels like to be open, you wouldn't even know it. You don't know the difference, and you think it's normal, but it's not.
That's the problem. That's the problem between man and woman, is that their hearts are closed, and you cannot receive what you want with a closed heart. You cannot receive a relationship. You cannot receive love. You cannot receive financial abundance. You cannot receive the oneness with a closed heart. And it made me realize that all of my life has been performance or protection, and I forgive myself, and I'll get to that, why I say that, but that ceremony, it opened my heart and made me remember that it's not about going out there, because you have everything you need. And that's why I love that song. So the more I just let the song, I have everything I need, I just start looking at all the people in my life that I was running away from. That's the very thing that I needed. I was pushing them away, but then I realized, no, everything is perfect. I love them. Any doubt, any anger I had towards my mother, towards my husband, towards my friends, towards anybody that hurt me, it no longer mattered, because my heart was open and I had all the love to give. I had all the love to give. It didn't matter no more. It didn't matter. I had so much love in me.
Like literally infinite amount.
Infinite amount, that whatever it was, it doesn't even matter no more. This is in that moment. In that moment, I felt the oneness. In that moment, I felt it. Like, you have everything you need.
Can you recall it still in your body?
Yes.
You can recall what it felt like. So
Yes,
you see, that's for me, like plant medicine, all these tools, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's been also a very profound tool. But it's a profound tool because it reminds you of what you already have. And the point isn't, I don't know if you feel this way too, but I assume the point isn't to continue going to do plant medicine. The point is to recall the feeling, so then you have it.
Yeah.
You can use it. You can recall it at will. You can walk around with an open heart. But it's still a choice, though. Now you know both.
Yeah.
And you have to make that choice in every situation.
Yeah, I would have been good just on the cacao and the microdose. I would have been like, I'm healed.
Oh, that's so good that was your first, like that's how it started, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm open. I can't wait for the rest of it, because you know, sometimes when you have an experience, it's a little bit like, oh, I got like downloads. I saw all these things. I understand, but it was like a little bit jarring.
Yeah.
It's kind of sometimes hard to keep going. So I'm really glad you had the experience.
Yeah, and they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They
planned it that way.
They
exactly.
said you gotta open your heart before you take in Bufo and Ayahuasca. You gotta open your heart to be able to take that ride And I'm so, because then the next morning, we were all just happy and laughing. And we was like, Bufo for breakfast. Like, we're just like.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so there's just joy.
Yeah,
going into the next
it was
experience.
just pure joy going to the next the next one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
did you sleep on it?
No, I was wired. I was wired because of the cacao and the nervousness, obviously. But we had like 2 cups of that, and then a microdose, and yeah, I couldn't go to sleep. I probably went to sleep about maybe 3, and then you had to be up by 9 to be out.
Did you have any dreams?
I don't really. Things wasn't happening then.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't start getting dreams until I came home. Like, yeah, visions and stuff. I got a little bit of visions, but it's starting to get stronger now that I'm home and resting. Yeah, but then Bufo, let's get into it.
I want to know. So you choose not to go first. You're like,
No, I didn't.
watch
No,
somebody-
I
oh.
wanted to go
You
second. Like, once I saw Peter, because it was like, it's like you're sitting there, and it's like, luckily it was a small group, and because like each time you go through the journey of Bufo, the facilitators have to be with you once you come down. You cannot be not supported when you're going through Bufo. Like, somebody got to be there with you. So you just sitting there. I was telling my husband, it felt like you sitting there on death row and watching each person go to the electric chair, and you just like, your turn.
in a way, you are, because you did that.
Yeah, so when I saw Peter go through it, because it seemed like it was very peaceful. Like, Bufo, when you're the observer looking at the journey of others, it looks very peaceful. So he was first, and me being a Sagittarius, I'm like, come on, I want to, and my energy, I just want to get this over with. Come on, can't enjoy the journey, can't be here now. I was like, come on, let's get this over with. And then they said no.
Our friend was there.
Oh, our little bird, you can't see, a little bird came to visit us, and he's like right behind us. And so, press 1 if you can hear us. And so, when Peter came back to, then that's when I was just like, I want to go ahead, and I wanted to do it. And so I asked Serenity if I could go, and they were like, no, because they got to go in the flow of the circle. And okay, thank you, baby. You got to go in the flow of the circle. And of course, I was at the end of the circle. But it was all destined. It was all perfect. It really was. And so
you're watching other people's experiences. You're like, I can't wait. Are you like?
I
excited, or are
definitely
you
wasn't
a little
thinking
bit-
that.
Okay, you're a little bit like.
I was just prepared. And when Kylie, when she went through her experience, that's when it hit me, because she looked like she was levitating. Her soul, it was levitating. Her ego, like it was just like she was on the cross, and the only thing I could do was cry and pray and give thanks and joy for her, because whatever she was going through, it was there. You could see it. And so then I saw Lena. I saw her experience. She just puffed it, went back, less than 10 minutes, she was back up.
Oh,
So,
wow. Oh wow.
she was back up. Like, and I was like, okay. So now it's my turn. So the challenge was that you have to know how to breathe, because you got to inhale the smoke
Hold it.
and inhale it for 10 seconds, hold it for 10 seconds. Well, we had to do practice runs, and I had to do about 3 or 4 practice runs because I have small lungs, so I wasn't, and you have to expand. So then once I finally got it, then it was like, you ready? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. There's the bird. And I puffed it, and I held it, And I did the 10 seconds. Like, I don't know, my ribs got bigger. And I held it for 10 seconds. I mean, I sucked it in and held it. And it seemed like I held it forever. And the next thing I know, I go back and I hear harps and water. And it was just like, it was that.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
It was just,
you're one with
yes. But then when the ego was dissolving, you know, when you go up, and drop my ego, that's when, that's when it got intense.
What do you mean? Like, did you feel like I'm dying? Is that
now, I mean, now that I'm on the other side, okay, yeah, that's what that was. That's why my ego, yeah, it was.
But at the time, you don't really have the capacity to like, oh, I'm feeling right. You're just like going through the experience, and you can't quite like, you don't really understand.
Yeah, you don't
You're
know.
not there to like conceptualize what's happening.
Yeah, you're in it. And the thing I can remember was I was going, and then my ego was doing all that it could to keep me there. And next thing I know, as I'm giving into it, I'm like, oh, listen, my mind, oh no, this was a mistake. Why did I do this? No, they tricked me. And then once I think when I was really going up, my ego showed my husband and my little boy, look what you did. Look what you did. They'll never see you again. And I was like, I'm sorry. And they said, I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I was like, oh my God. And you know, and then I ended up started seeing Serenity and Mission's face, like just pop it in. And I was like, I trusted you. Like, and I said, Serenity, I need to see your face. If it's real, I need to see your face. And they said, no one's ever done that. And I said, I need to see your eyes. Show me your eyes. Show me that this is real. I don't believe you. Show me that this is real. And she grabbed me, and I saw her eyes, and it sucked me down. And then I was like, and I was like, I hate the oneness. And then I just started screaming and crying. And I was like, I hate the oneness. I hate it. And then that's when it hit me. That's what I was saying. I hated God. And I'm walking around in this world like I'm spiritual and I'm religious and I hated God. And that's why my heart was closed. Hated it. Somewhere I lost the love for it or something. But eventually the journey took me through why. But that was what hit me hard. Was that. And so then after I settled down, and it's like and I was like, what happened? Because you thinking it's like, and they were like, usually when you're in that state, you're just laying there. But they said, like, I was laughing hysterically, then crying, then anger, and then I have scars on my feet. You can't see it, but I was fighting for my life. They said I was just moving, and they had to get the pillows, and they were going through the journey with me on the other, because my ego was fighting for its life, not to separate from the body. It was a fight. And so then when I came down, the other two women was just like, yeah, I didn't get that experience. I want to take it again. I want what she's having. And I was just like, if you want to, I'm like, okay, these women are brave.
They are.
There's
That's
no
really
way
great.
I would have been able to just do that back to back. I don't know what would have happened.
How long did it last? Like after all, 20 minutes?
Yeah. I guess you had no concept of time.
And nobody took a video of you or anything?
No, he took a video of everybody else, but because I was last, he just left. Like, he wasn't around. Like, after a certain point. Yeah, I wish they would have captured that. Because I don't know what I was doing on the outside, but I wish I could have seen that. Like, they saw it. But they just kept, they just like, you're brave, you're just so good. They was like, that was amazing. But my ego was already beating me up. You didn't get to the oneness. That wasn't the oneness.
Oh,
you didn't.
wow.
But this is what it looked like. When I went under, it was like, it was the vortex. And it made me think of Abraham Hicks. I got into the vortex. Anybody that believes in Abraham Hicks and the vortex, it is real. I was in the vortex. It was a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And it was brown. It was brown. That's what it was. It was brown. And Peter, he said he saw the same thing. It was like whoo, whoo, whoo. And then before you know it, it just ravished you up. But that's what it looked like. And it reset my nervous system. That's essentially all that was a reset on the nervous system. And Bufo gave me the opportunity now to create the life that I want to live, because you right now are on your own program. And so you have to reset the program to now create the life that you want. Okay? So now I'm on the program of my higher self. I was moving on the program of my lower self. But I honor my lower self because he got me here. So, yeah, it was intense. The other two women, they were like, oh, that was cute. Even after the second, they was just like, it was cute. They said they liked it. They said it was nice to be with the oneness. But they did. It was,
Interesting.
But Ayahuasca.
Have you done it before?
No.
Okay.
But see, that's the thing. You can't compare your journey to anyone, because me and Peter, that's who was there. But with Lena and I guess I shouldn't say. Well, I'm not saying anything
About what they're going through.
Yeah. Okay. But the two ladies, they said their Bufo was the ayahuasca. Like, yeah, theirs was that. So that's what I'm saying. You can't. I'll be mindful with that because I'm really open. But yeah, I'm going to tell them, like, be mindful with other people's journeys.
It really is. You cannot predict how it will go because it's so tailored to the individual, and I think it has to do with where you are in your career. Like, what are you going through right now? How much work have you done prior to that point? What are you ready to taste? What are you ready to see? Because a lot of times the medicine won't give you what you're not ready to take, to handle.
Yeah, and that's what I had to remember, is that everything is happening perfectly because I already asked, give me what I'm ready for. And I was ready for that, and that's why it was the way that it was. And that, and my ego was already making me feel bad about it. My ego was just like, yeah, you didn't get to it, you didn't do it right. And like, you didn't do it right.
It's
like,
so sweet.
Yeah, the ego, and that's when I realized, oh my goodness, the ego is so powerful. It is it's so powerful, you don't even know what's happening. That's the type of power it is.
It's very sneaky.
It's very sneaky. Very sneaky.
Even when you see the truth, it then starts to make that into an identity. It's like, oh, okay, now I know who I am. Like, truly, we never, until you're in it, you don't know who you are. And then as you come out of it, you remember it, but you're no longer there. So you like kind of, you have a memory of it, but you're not, your ego is still functioning. Like, you can't, as long as you're here on this plane, it's going to be a part of you. You can't, it's, in my opinion, you can't get rid of it. You just have to be friends with it, and you have to have the right hierarchy of who's in charge. And
that's what I realized, since being home, is that throughout that experience, I was hating my ego because I was just like, leave me alone. But now, since being on this other side, I have more compassion for my ego because my ego just doesn't want to die. It is scared. It don't want to die. It does not. It wants that distinction, and it's scared. It's scared. And when I realized that, that's when I had more compassion for it. Like, I have compassion. I had compassion for my ego. It's like, I get it. Because being up in there, what I remember, it was just like, it didn't feel good. It was like, it made me love the contrast. Because we're here in this contrast, and all we do is complain about it. All we do is judge it. All we do is just, But no, this life that we are living is to enjoy the contrast, enjoy the challenge, enjoy the obstacle. Give up the judgment. That's the thing I wanted to tell you most, is that I realize judgment is what keeps us from the oneness. We could be experiencing oneness now. You don't even have to take the medicines, but if you can give up the judgment, if you can give up the judgment, for me, judgment and hesitation, you can experience the oneness all the time. That's what I learned. It's judgment. Yeah.
Bufo, all right. So you're there. You're post your Bufo experience. You're like, okay, tomorrow's ayahuasca. How are you feeling at this point? Are you like?
Oh well, in the Bufo, when I was coming down, it says don't take ayahuasca. Like it says don't take ayahuasca. Like, these people are crazy. Like don't take it. And so that is what scared me. So that morning I woke up, I was so scared. I was so scared. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And so then I went down to the group. I was talking to let them know, and another person was just like, what you're feeling is normal, because I'm scared too. This person couldn't even go to bed. They were on the rooftop because it scared you. But they were like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. It was like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And I felt disappointed because I was like, I came all the way here and then I ain't gonna do it. And then eventually I was just like, I didn't say anything. I just was like letting it sit. And so then as it got near, then that's when they were like, you know what, if you do want to do it, we advise you only take half. We think that's all you need. It's like, we just don't think you need no more than that. And I still was disappointed because I was like, man, everybody here is so strong and I'm so weak and woe is me. But then I realized the reason why is because my energy is so powerful and so open that if they would have given me a full dose, I would have ruined it for everyone. Because they got to see what I look like in Bufo. They didn't want that at ayahuasca. And even the shaman was just like, I'm gonna let you. He was like, as you're going through your journey, please be quiet. And I was like, oh,
I knew me and knees.
I was like, oh no. Like, so Serenity and Mish, they knew exactly what I needed for it to be perfect. Because if I would have had more than that, I don't think my journey would have been pleasurable for anyone. Like, honestly, who knows what would have happened. Like, because I still was vocal. I was very vocal during the ayahuasca. I was just talking. It was like I was just talking, and then I would spurt out. But you're adherent, so you could bring it back. But Bufo, you're not adherent. The ayahuasca, you are aware. You can come back, and if you want to go, but then you want to come back, you can do that.
Yeah. And
I had enough in me to where I still could receive. I had enough in me to where I could still transform in the medicine. Like it literally was enough. And I even thought about taking a little bit more, but I'm glad that I didn't, because it just was, when I look back at it, everything was perfect. So,
because why? It's the minimum effective dose, right? If you don't need as much to have the experience that you need, why would you? That's like another way that the ego goes into play. It's like, oh, I can do more than this. Like these people are doing, so I'm going to compare myself, and that's very, very sneaky. So I'm so glad that you understood that and you chose to go with what you were feeling.
That's the thing. I understood it on a cellular level. I just knew what to do. Like, I just knew what to do. So, one of the things, okay, so going into ayahuasca, I was terrified.
Totally normal.
I was terrified. I was honored. I was like, because I'm still riding on Bufo. My body was like, no. My ego was like, no. And they kept reassuring us, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to. But once you experience it, like your body is just like when's it coming? When's it coming? Like because it was like I wasn't expecting that at all. So your body is like still in a little bit of shock. And so there's time of ayahuasca, and it was so beautiful. It was outside at night. It was so beautiful how they did it.
Was there music? You guys
yes,
kind of like
was there music? You need the music in this. I'm gonna tell you, the music is everything. And the only one you can't have music with is Bufo. You can't have music.
You won't hear it.
You can't. But I think
the music.
But the thing is, it can intensify it. They don't do the music. This is not. You know, because remember, I was kind of in here. So if I would have had music as I was coming down, I don't know how I would interpret it. Like that's the thing, because I'm back in the oneness. So music might sound completely different. I'm on a higher frequency up there. The music here's a lower frequency, so I don't know how that frequency, how it would have made me feel.
It would have put an extra element there that you don't.
Yeah.
You're not there for that. You're there for you.
Yeah.
So you don't need it.
So that's why I'm like, you don't need the music.
So you drink it. What did it taste like to you?
Honey.
Did they put honey in it?
No, mine
like
tasted like honey. Everybody else's tasted like vomit.
Interesting. So your body is like, this is.
I was expecting. I went up there. It was so sacred. And the funny thing is, when the shaman, I was so scared. When the shaman came in, he looked just like my husband. He was Mexican. He had long hair. He looked like Quetzal. And it was something about that just softened my heart. It made me feel safe. That's what it was. He looked just like my husband.
Wow.
And like he had the aura, and it just made me think of him. And and so that's when it softened. And so then they were setting up, and I could feel everybody's energy. Everybody was like, only one person there had done it before. They've done it like 45 times. One person there. So this wasn't, they had their own experience, but the rest of us was new to it. So then when it was time, Serenity and Mitch was like, we want you to be with us. We want you to be with us. So you be right here with us.
Okay,
and that
next to them.
Yeah, that made me feel really special and safe. And and so when it was my turn, it was so sacred. Everything was so sacred. It was so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I was able to go into the jungle. I was able to be in that atmosphere because I could not imagine being in somebody's house in their basement doing this. Inside, I could not imagine you have to be outside doing this. Like, it's a must. And in nature.
And like private.
There's
not people all around. All of their stuff and all of their.
I could not imagine doing this with tons of people. I receive energy. I'm an energy reader and receiver. I feel it all.
Of course. You're already in like daily life.
So
in the medicine space.
It's amplified.
1,000.
So when I was prepared for the worst. Remember, expectations go what everybody else said and how it was for them. So I'm just expecting it's gonna be that way for me. So I took it and I was bracing myself for the nastiness. And I tasted it. I said, oh, this tastes like honey. This is good. But I just drank it and gave it. Because the shaman was like, I'm to give you only honey. And then I took it and I was like, oh, that's good. Like, I know it's good. And so then I go back and, and it seemed like forever. It seemed like we was just laying there. And again, I'm expecting Bufo. I'm expecting a jolt.
Very gradual.
It's very, and they said take about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, in a matter of minutes, I started feeling it. And I was like, oh no, I'm feeling it. Oh no, I'm feeling it.
You're extra sensitive. That's awesome.
It's about to happen. Like, I'm waiting for the taste.
And what were you feeling?
It was like I just felt heaviness and lightness at the same time. I felt tingles and Yeah, it was like in my body. It was just going through my body. And then
Scanning.
I just remember, yeah, it was scanning. Yes, it was scanning. Thank you. Yes, please guide me through this now. You've been guiding me through. You're so perfect.
When it was scanned, I'm so happy to be having this conversation. It's rare that it's rare that I can talk to someone about all of that.
No, and it's so perfect because when we met, it was at the homeschool thing, and we was just like, okay, hey. And as soon as you and I connected, we were going deep. You and I sat down in the park, and you and I just was like this, and it was such. You know how when you're talking about, I don't like surface level conversations, and you and
and you
and I, we went there, like, and she didn't know anything about my plant medicine. I didn't know anything about her plant medicine. Oh, hey, and so TV, can you put that question in the question bubble? I don't want to forget it. Okay, put it in the question bubble right there. It's the one with the question mark. Oh, but I'll answer it since you already.
I love the glow up. You're so beautiful.
Thank you. So it's to let girl, you know what your name is. Would you recommend a facility you went to for the plant medicine? Yes. It's the only place I would recommend people to go. I mean that. I mean that with my whole heart. Now, this is my first time ever. But people that were there with me, they've already done like psychedelics, and they've already done. And the one lady, she done it 45 times. One person done it 40, and she was like, "This is the best experience she's ever had." So I know what I'm feeling is true. Because you want to know why? Because you are held. I don't know how it is in these other communities or situations for people in Amara Sanctuary. They held me like a baby as I came into my rebirth. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Coming out of Bufo, I was born again. It was like when I came out, it was like I went through the birth canal. It was like a baby. I got to experience what it felt like as a baby coming through the womb. And that's why I was like, Serenity, let me see your face, let me see your face. And then what happens when the baby comes out? Baby comes out, and the first thing it wants you to do is connect with the mother, and then the baby cries, and the baby, it wants you and the baby to connect. And because the baby is so scared and it's so new. And that's what it was. I literally got to experience what the birth canal felt like coming back. I was born again. See, I thought I was born again when I was a Christian, dunking my body in the water and the pool. No. Born again is you got to die. You literally have to die to literally be born again. I'm just going to tell you. See, I done it all. So it's like I can compare just on my journey that all of that was performance. Everything that I've done up to this point in Christianity, and even in Kabbalah, learning spirituality, astrology, human design, that was all performance. Okay? And now that I'm here, I am. Please DM me. And if you want me to be with you, I will be there with you. I know this is what I'm here to do. I know that's all I feel. That's why I was with Serenity Mitch the whole time. That's why they called me out. I know this is what I'm here to do. To be with people every step of the way. So you DM me and we can talk, okay? So, yeah. And then when I got out, I saw one of the ladies and I said, "Can you hold me?" And she cradled me. And yes, and she cradled me. I didn't, like I said, at the time we didn't know, but as you know, we're sitting down talking and coming together and sharing the experience. Then that's when we realized you literally had a rebirth. Like I literally, it was all new. So ayahuasca. Oh, she looks beautiful. Look at, she looks like. You should see this. Like she looks like a angel goddess. She looks so beautiful.
Well, she probably is one. We all are.
This place looks so magical now. apply it, it looks so magical.
Oh, I wanted to say something you reminded me of, like the rebirth process after
Yeah.
Bufo. You literally you open your eyes, and I don't know if you felt this too, but you see everything with new eyes. Like you
Yes.
have like. I remember looking at the rocks that I woke up and I was like, oh my god, there's so many different colors, and I get to see all the contrast of all the different colors and perceive it in this way, and it's so beautiful.
Yes.
You have this newfound sense of gratitude and appreciation for something that was already always there, and you just like don't notice.
Yes, everything. The food is amazing. Everybody's amazing. Hugs and love is everything is like taking me back now. Everything was amazing. It was like experiencing life for the first time. Excuse me. Yeah. I was just telling everybody that you're so beautiful and you look like an angel. Can I show them?
Oh my god, is it live stream?
Yeah, just come and say hello and you can leave. You look so beautiful.
Thank
If
you.
you don't want to, that's fine.
You're also amazing.
You just
good.
You look so beautiful. Well, they're looking at me now.
Okay, should I come?
Yeah, just come and say hello. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
You have a whole Greek goddess thing happening.
Yes.
Oh, I have my necklace.
You
as
go
well.
put it on. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Grace them with your loveliness.
More is more.
Yes. We don't shrink, we expand.
What's the opposite of minimalism? Is it maximalism? I guess? Like every,
I don't know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's more, like you said.
Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful.
Okay.
Come right here.
Introduce
Yeah, but
your
you can
community.
just come right-
Oh no, please take
sure?
a seat.
Okay. Look how beautiful she is. Ah, just get chills.
Oh, this is so nice.
So, what's your name?
My name is Elvan. What's your name? Stephanie. Nice to meet you. And yours?
Natalia.
Natalia. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I live here now. Well, I came from Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but this is so beautiful. Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany. Oh wow.
Never expected, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm from Russia. I grew up in the U.S.
Oh, nice. Yeah, from Germany. I was traveling on my own.
Yeah.
Weeks before, like 2 weeks before, I was with a friend here, a girlfriend, and she left. So this week, just for me, relaxing, getting in contact with people.
Yeah. Wow.
Being a goddess.
Yes.
No big deal.
Yes. That's beautiful. That's
Oh.
beautiful.
It's your way of view. Yeah, it's a sentence, it's a saying from my roots. Like I have Turkish roots, and we're saying that when someone is saying to you, "Oh, you look so beautiful," it's because you're seeing me like that.
Oh, that's so nice.
That is so true.
Thank you. You made my day, girl.
You made my day.
Yeah,
Have a beautiful rest of your day. And maybe we'll see you. We're here.
Thank you.
How much longer are you here for?
Oh, just today, tomorrow I'm leaving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe we can do something tonight, like going for a drink or. Yeah, are you staying here, right? Or where?
Yeah, I
Close
live.
by.
I don't think I live close by,
Yeah, you're
but
not.
I have a car. I have.
Okay,
you
maybe
can
we
get anywhere.
can change like Instagram or.
Can you? This is my phone. Is
Oh, is that your phone?
yeah, and yeah, and we'll set it up.
Here.
You belong here.
You want me to give her your like Instagram?
So you can
You
also
just give her-
type here.
You just give her your stuff and then you translate it to me.
Oh, okay.
You belong here.
I wish I want to move from Germany because, oh my god, everyone is complaining about life, about work, about not seeing the brighter side of life. They're forgetting that.
Yeah, I just went on a 5-day plant medicine retreat. And my facilitator, he's German. His name is Nick. Yeah. Yeah. It was really nice. Have you ever experienced plant medicine?
No,
Oh,
I would love to. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what to do because it's in German, but this is me. So you send me a message and
Yeah, sure.
yeah. The soup is really good. I'm glad I got it. Let's see a little bit. It's something.
Yeah. I 100% of the time.
So are you going back to Germany, or are you continuing to travel?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I was like 2.5 weeks. I was in Mexico City, Tulum, and now here.
Come in the camera and talk. So I just want them to look at you.
You're
Y'all
so
can keep
cute.
talking. Y'all can keep talking, but just be in the camera as you're talking. Like, this is the perfect spot.
Okay, so Mexico City, Tulum
Yeah.
here, and then you're going back to another place in Mexico, or are you leaving?
Oh no, I'm living. Yeah, and time to work again in Germany.
I hope you feel refreshed.
Yeah, I am.
Ready to go.
Yeah, my energy was so low, so it was my first vacation. The last vacation was 1 year ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very long time because I changed my work and I'm joining a new company.
So it's like a reset period where now you can go in with energy.
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully
Thank you.
If not, I'm having a great day.
Thank you so
This
much.
was wonderful.
Remember the magic?
Yes, of course.
Glad to sit and give you a hug.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Let's go. So nice. You too. Good. Let's eat a hug. Thank you so much.
Yes, enjoy your meal.
Thank you. I will.
This is the beauty of being open, because then everyday interactions just become something really beautiful.
Yes.
While people are sitting at the bar like with their phones, you know, we're actually
Yes.
like talking to real humans.
Yes.
So just appreciate you for being open.
Thank you so much. You made my day. Thank you.
You too.
So enjoy your day.
Yes, it is a portal of love. It is. It's a portal of love.
Oh, 369, I like it. It's sweet.
Thank you everyone that's coming in and out. Thank you for your support and being here all these years. Thank you. You know, I was walking around with my heart closed, and I forgive myself. But for those that have been here since 2017, thank you, because I know that I was harsh, I was mean, I was self-righteous, I was closed-minded, I was a know-it-all. Y'all stay here. Y'all stayed here. And I want to say thank you. I didn't know. That's what I said once the mushroom said. I didn't know. That's what I was doing. I didn't know my heart was closed.
You forgot.
And
You remember.
everything is perfect. Even that experience was perfect. Even who I was at that time, it was perfect. But I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you. Just thank you. I want this journey to be about all of us. It's not about me being a master teacher. It's not about me knowing everything. It's not about me being the highest self and you being down there. It's not about that I've experienced plant medicine and you didn't, so that's something wrong with you. No. We are all a part of the oneness. No matter where you are, wherever you still in the States and you in the tropics, it's all good because it's all the oneness. It's all about the expansion of love, no matter where you are. Okay? This humbled me. This humbled me. It's like you know everything, but at the same time you realize you don't know nothing.
Well, there's a difference between knowing something, like reading about it, or thinking you understand it, conceptualizing about it. But when you have the direct experience of everything that you've learned about, like all these other realms, experiencing your higher self, experiencing other people's energy, like you really experience it. There's no substitute. And then you realize, like, it's not necessarily performative, but it's just a different level of knowing.
Yeah, that's what me and my husband was saying. Concept. We understand the concept of truth. but to feel it, you have
Talking about God, like conceptualizing about God or the universe is one thing. It is not a substitute for like joining, for being there.
feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it.
There's no substitute. That's why it's really hard to explain. Because we can try to explain, and sometimes language is really limiting, because as soon as you put it into words,
Yeah.
you kind of, it's not the full thing. You try to get close to the thing and use words that are, in whatever language, still really limiting. Okay, there's no way to express the fullness of it
There's no
without
way.
experience.
That's what I said. You stop trying to figure this out. It must be felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be felt. You can't figure it out. And for me, okay, so ayahuasca.
Is there a time limit to this? No, right?
Sometimes.
It won't cut you off?
Sometimes, but if it does, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You became the truth that you are loved. We give thanks. I am thankful for my healing. That was my mantra. That was my mantra through the whole experience that rooted me. I am thankful for my healing. When I started, I am thankful. My ego, I am thankful because everything is perfect. Everything that is happening right now is a part of my healing. Having this conversation with you, having a conversation with her, being with you, it's all about my healing. All of it. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for however this unfolds. Thank you for my healing. That's you know, and getting into the ayahuasca part. It seemed like it was forever. It seemed like I was just laying there. I was just laying there. and then that's what my ego said, y'all. My ego said, you came all the way here to do this?
Like it's not worth it.
This is not, like, I can't believe, because I wasn't feeling anything, right? I wasn't feeling anything. I was just laying there. And my ego was just like, I can't believe that you did this. This is nothing. This is... You shouldn't tell people about this.
Wow.
Like you should be embarrassed. Like, and you got to be here. How long? You got to be here till
really hard on yourself.
It was like
your inner voice. So now you get to see that and what it was doing.
Girl, and it was like you got to be here till 3:30 in the morning. Like, I can't believe this. I just can't believe that you're doing this. And then next thing I know, I was like, why do you hate the oneness so much? Because, you know, my book is so, I had all of my, you know, you gotta set the intention, and you gotta write every day. I want to know this, and I want to know that. I want to know what my career is. I want to know about my relationship. Like, show me. But the whole journey was about me falling back in love with the oneness. It was all about, which is my truth, falling back in love with me. That's all. Like, I love myself. That was what that was about. That was that journey there that I was in. It was trying to get me to love myself. That's all it was. And I had to leave that and integrate. And then it all prepared me for this moment. It was, all of that was for this moment right here. The power was always with me. It was always me. It was never no one outside of me. No one is my higher self. No one.
It's all you.
It was me the whole time. And so as it was going, and I was just like, it was like, and then I got scared because it was like, and that's when I reconnected to the wild. That's when I realized nature. That's when nature. Because I used to be a nature girl. That was my name. That was who I was, but it was a concept.
You weren't embodying it.
It was a concept.
Fully.
All of that I did back in that other group was all a concept. It was all concept. It was never real or feeling. That's why we had to be forced to do everything, manipulated to do everything, because what we were doing was a concept.
Yes.
That's all it was, and that's why it was the way. That's why it felt awful, because we were forced to do things that we truly didn't feel. It was just there. But now that I'm from this side, it's like now.
Now there's meaning behind these foods, right?
Yes, it's meaning. Everything means something then. Like, more, everything that I was always into now I understand.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. Like with astrology and human design and breath work and yoga and being around certain types of people and the foods I feel it now. It's not no longer a concept or a hobby or an idea. No, it's like I'm embodying it now, and it's like so when
you
okay, so
are you getting into like the sounds of nature, or you just feeling
no,
out?
he didn't play the music for a long time. He was laying it because he took the medicine too, and it just and I was like, and it was like, when's the music gonna start?
So you guys are inside and quiet.
Where's
just
it
laying
quiet
there.
for an hour?
Wow. Okay.
And so, but that's
Yeah, that's what you needed.
and somebody else, she was going through the same thing. And what happened with her when the window opened, she was like, I need more medicine because I'm not feeling anything when everybody else feeling. But I told her that was your ego thinking you needed more. I said I went through the same thing, but I say still, but everything's perfect. Even her going up there was still perfect, but it was to show you how the ego will make you think it's not working, and the comparison.
There's something wrong with the
There's
situation.
something wrong with the situation.
Something is missing.
So that's what I related with her. It's like that happened to me too, but I just accepted that this is, if I gotta lay here all night with y'all and ain't feeling nothing, then that's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be.
And I bet you it changed like right around that time. As soon as you accepted it
did.
passed the test.
So then as I'm talking to it, and it was saying, I was like, why do you hate the wonder so much? Why? And it was like, because it's boring. And so then I was like, because it's boring. And I started laughing. I was like, because it's boring. So then I sat up. I remember sitting up and I looked over to Serenity. And it was like I was a little girl. I was like, Serenity, I'm scared. And she was like, yeah. I said, I just remember it was dark. And I was like, Serenity, I'm scared. It was like my inner child. It was like I was literally my inner child. And she was like, you don't have to be scared no more. And I was like, okay. And I fell back. And then it took over. And then it took me into the fractal world. I saw fractals. And my ego was like, this is stupid.
Interesting.
It wasn't impressed. It wasn't impressed. And then that's when the music started. When the music started was when I started traveling into worlds. And my ego was like, when are you going to grow up already? When is something going to happen? Like, what? This is just, it was waiting for something. And it had the fractals. I went into the galaxy or another dimension. And then the next thing I remember, then every time he changed the sounds, it was like it took me somewhere else. I remember being in the desert. And I remember the sky was like a peach, red, pink, and it was like these towers, but it was through the desert, and it took me there. And my ego wasn't impressed. My ego was fighting.
Show me something better.
Yeah, and so then, then when he changed the music started, and I was waiting for visions, and the visions never came from me. Like it was more so me talk, and then we were set up. I remember sitting up, and I don't know who it was, but it's like, I recognize you now. Oh, it was my ego talking to Source or grandmother, because now it took over. But see, now my ego was a little bit more in control. So my ego was like, oh, I recognize you. You're not gonna get me this time. I'm in control, not you. It was just like, you're not gonna get me this time. And then I laid back, and it seemed like the music, he was playing over me, and the music just starts taking over. And then when I wake my eyes up, he'd be all the way over there. But then when I close,
feels like he's right next to you.
There. And
yes.
It felt like the music was seducing me. And next thing I know, to make a long story short, then I started hearing people vomit. And then next thing I know, I was like, thank you for my healing. I started taking in their energy. When they threw up, I felt their relief. And I would say, thank you for my healing. And I was to surrender, give in. I was speaking love and intention to them, because they were in it. I was enough in it to where I could still send loving energy towards him. If I could still go in, but I could still be aware. It was just throwing up and stuff. And I just remembered. And so as I'm laying there, and then he starts doing this. And then that's the sound of the oneness. And I was like, God, that's that moment. I remembered I was with the oneness because my ego made me believe that I never was. And then when I heard the sound, it made me remember that I was with the oneness. And I just got this warm feeling over me right now. And the next thing I know, it started. I got up and I went to the fairy realm and I just started dancing. And then I could feel, you know how they be saying that ayahuasca heal lineages and generations. I didn't know what that meant until I felt it, and I felt the pain. I felt it was like my body was trying to move in a way that was told it was shameful because there were men around. But my body was like, get into that. You don't have to be shameful of that. And it was just like, I would say it felt sexual, but I guess that's sacral and stuff. And I just remembered I started feeling the pain of my mother, my grandmother, all the women in my lineage. And I could just feel somebody got molested, somebody got hurt. And we cut our hearts off to where we no longer wanted to receive pleasure because what we did, it was from somebody that we trusted and they took it from us. And so then it just kept happening over and over again. But in that moment, I became a channel to release it. And before you know it, it took over my body. And I was just like, it was wow. And then I just started seeing love and light. And it's like I literally felt like what was that thing that had the arms? I felt like I had 100 arms, and I was just like, and it was just because I was so weak, Natalia, because we couldn't eat nothing all day. We didn't start the ceremony until 7:30. We supposed to start at 5:30. We hadn't started too late. We hadn't eaten anything. They did let me have a little bit of pineapple juice, because again, I'm so open that they had to do a little grounding for me, but not too much. He said the only thing I can drink is pineapple, but it was a little bit. And I just remember, whenever I thought I was weak, I danced all night. I had somebody, and I was dancing, and I was so happy, and I was just so happy. And I was like, I love the oneness. I love the oneness. I was like, and then she grabbed me and she rocked me, and I was like, I love you so much. I love you. I love you. And she would just dance with me and just cradle me, and it was so beautiful. And but then it got quiet, and I laid there. And next thing I know, a spaceship goes right above my head. And I was like, what is that?
Amazing.
I said, I don't even believe in this.
I was not expecting that, but I love it.
It was like blue and red. I thought maybe it was like an airplane. But no, it was like a little spaceship. It was all up in the sky. And I was like, what is that? And in Serenity, later on, she said that was my starship. She said they were letting you know you got into the frequency, so you were able to see them, but they always came and just went by. And then the moon was full. The moon was over me, and Venus was right there. So Venus and the moon was pouring their love over me. They were pouring, and then it was like everything became so clear. And then I went back into the wild. That's what, and then I started channeling this animal, and this animal war, and it was just like this primal, tribal, and it just took over me. And
Under what animal?
No, but it might be a feline or something.
Jaguar.
Huh?
Like a, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, but it was amazing. And
so throughout your journey, there's no physical sickness.
No sickness at all.
You were so, like, your body was so clean that none of that even needed to come out.
And my ego was trying to make me feel upset about that. But it was just like,
no, like that's great. That means that you'd already released so many layers that it didn't need to come up.
It didn't need to come up. And then when I tried to go into a traumatic moment, I was trying to go into the moment with my mother when she left me when I was 3. I was going back into that. I was trying to reach for trauma because I said, if you don't got no trauma, it ain't working. So I was about to go into the memory. The music stopped, and she said, "No." When she took me out, you don't need to see that no more. You don't need to see that no more. No more. No more of that. So she wouldn't take me there. I was trying to get there. And I even told my ego, so look, if you want to throw up, go ahead and throw up. I was like, it's okay. If you want to throw up, if you don't like this, you don't have to like this. If you ain't feeling that, you don't got to feel that. I was literally just talking to my ego this whole time. Like, it was, oh wow, look at him. Yeah, he looks pretty. He had that chain and everything. All these people are just, y'all, the people here are beautiful. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Breathtaking.
I agree.
So, there's so much, but I'll tell you this.
It sounds like you arrived at a place where you're like happily coexisting with the ego. You're like, whatever, I see you, I accept you. Whatever you need, it's okay. If you don't like it, it's also okay.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a really good place to be.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Yeah, that's the place where anything is possible. Where you just accept it.
Yeah, and everybody was just saying, you are a queen, you became a queen, you're like, you are such, you're such a star, because I was dancing, and after ayahuasca, I couldn't stop dancing. I just could not stop dancing, and it just really made me embody, you know what happens in ayahuasca, through the plant medicines, you become your birth chart and your human design, and the most important parts of this whole journey is your moon sign and your north node. I became my moon sign. My moon sign is, the reason why they said I'm a queen, my moon sign is Leo in the 12th house. So that's why I channeled that queen, that superstar, and dancing, like, look at me, yeah. And but even through that, I still had to call out judgment. Even when I was moving my body and everything, it was judgment, hesitation, like doubt. Like I was, and then the more I gave in, the more I was able to like really channel. But the reason why you cannot get to this high frequency is because of judgment, and you have to catch it every day. And hesitation. So anytime I catch myself hesitating, I'll do it. Because if I hesitate and don't do it, then I block.
Talk yourself out.
You block the energy. You block the receiving. So you can't hesitate. You cannot judge. No doubt. You cannot do it. The fear can be there, but those are the 3 things that I say: hesitation, doubt, and judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like those, let the fear be there, because the fear is just the expansion. But,
part of the process.
Yeah, but judgment, doubt, and hesitation is
constricting.
Yes. Yeah, so that's the thing I tell people, like, don't let fear be there. That's the expansion of it all. Even let sadness be there. That's the expansion. But what do you do in those emotions? Are you expanding with it or contracting in it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even grief. Are you expanding in the grief? Or are you contracting in the grief? It's the deal. So what I've had to learn is now, because my energy is big. I'm a manifesting generator, Sagittarius, Leo moon. I am here to be a bright star, but I had to learn to channel that energy. It's not about suppressing it. It's not about shrinking it. It's about channeling it so that people can feel it out without me doing anything. My presence alone, you will feel. I don't have to perform. I don't have to be loud. I don't have to. No, my aura is big, and I allow it to be big.
You're allowing it, but not judging it. That's key.
Yes. And so then my North Node's Cancer in the 11th house. So I was able to see that in the group. So within the group, I was the nurturer. Because remember, I didn't go through the traumatic experience that they went through, and I think it was key because I was there to also nurture them and be with them, and and share my gifts with them. That's what it was. I was there to be of service to everyone. And I'm thinking, I'm going there, they're going to be of service to me. It was the other way around. I was there to serve them. But I had to open my heart and remember.
This is such a beautiful realization, because I think, like, ultimately in life, that's what's happening. We're all here. We're all little pieces of this thing that are all actually here for each other. I think where we have arrived can sometimes seem like, oh, I'm here by myself. Like, this is my life and this is what I'm learning. But so many of my personal lessons have actually been like involving other people, and it's in the being of assistance to them, or them being of assistance to me, and it's happening all the time. Even the girl that we saw earlier, that there was something about that interaction that needed to happen for everyone, for her, for me, for you, and that's like the beautiful part about allowing things and being open to things and not hesitating to things. Because even if it doesn't make sense to you, because you're viewing it from a lens like, oh well, what's in it for me? I don't think this is something that I want to be doing or should be doing. So many times it's not about you. It has nothing to do with you in that moment. It's for that person or that person and that person witnessing this interaction. So
Even us doing this is expansion.
yeah,
You and me
because I see
sitting
people,
here.
you know, I see
I
people
don't. I
and
ain't thinking about them. I just
and you're
visit
whacking.
you.
But what I'm saying is, for them, it's also, it's affecting everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And ourselves. And we're all in the soup together, like we're all interacting and being of service to each other.
It's all the oneness. It's like once you remember that all of these people are here, they're all the oneness. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter who it is. That's the one. It don't matter if it's Trump. He is a part of the oneness.
Everything.
That name came up in the retreat.
Everything is
Everything. And whatever you judge and whatever you
Cast
see,
out.
then you bring that back to you, because that's a reflection of me.
There's a very direct relationship, I realize, between how you are. If you judge certain people or certain traits in certain people, there is a direct link to something about yourself. Something you
Yes.
are judging about yourself or not allowing
Yes.
yourself to do that you want to do, or
Yes.
secretly are guilty of this thing that you did that you now see. It's all about you. And
Yeah.
it's one and the same.
Yeah, because it's like, what, maybe you're looking at that person. Maybe people don't like Trump because he represents a power that they forgot that they had. Maybe because he's so powerful, he don't care. He's going to say what he's going to do. And so many of us are afraid to do that. So many of us just be like, I'm a people pleaser.
Playing the victim.
Yeah.
Yep. Playing the victim. It's this person's fault that my life is the way it is.
It's, yes.
From my past, this happened to me, so now naturally I'm this way.
Yeah. So it's like when you can look at life as everyone is a part of the oneness, and when you find yourself judging, that's an opportunity. That's not no time for you to feel bad about yourself or beat yourself up. Say, I forgive myself. Now, what is the lesson in this? That's all you have to do. When judgment comes, what is it that I am supposed to see that I'm allowing judgment to blind me? Okay? That's how you can channel that energy. Okay?
From David Dion, from this course, right? Pause, what a gift.
What? Oh,
Pause.
yeah.
What a gift. What is this here to teach me?
Yeah, and that's the thing that after Bufo, that's what I realized in that moment. The best thing you can do in Bufo is like, I'm happy, I'm enjoying this, because this is the thing, I was like, I surrender, I allow this, I surrender, I accept it. Hey, that should stop that, I just surrendered, so stop. And that's what I realized, is that just because I say I let go, and just because I say I surrender, I'm expecting that it should ease up now. Like, why is this continuing? And that was a lesson I learned. Like, surrendering is, even if it doesn't change or go back to bliss, you are enjoying this and you surrender to it no matter what.
I like this.
Okay,
Our ego
okay,
is like, I don't need to take a plant to heal. Oh, it's so true. But
Yeah.
the truth is, like, I don't know if you agree too, but we don't need to take a plant to heal, but sometimes it can be a really lovely tool to remind ourselves of what we already know. Deep down, somewhere, before all the conditioning, before all your trauma, you knew this truth. You were one with everything, with everyone. Sometimes plants are so beneficial to remind us that, but the ultimate goal is to arrive at that place within yourself to
Where I'm at now, I will say you do need to plant. You need to plant. You do need to plant to remember your healing. You do need to plant to awaken you. But the plant does not heal you, but the plant will reveal it. That's how I look, because after it's set, and this is why people keep taking the medicines over and over again, because they're still thinking they're giving the plant power now. That's it. No, and that's going to reveal you. It's like you want to ask yourself, who am I giving my power to? Is it the plants? Is it the president? Is it my mama, my daddy? Is it money? That's all it is. The plant is just another mechanism that people that get caught up in it and repeating it is because they are not realizing that the power is within them. But I do believe, because of so much sludge and so much that we've been through, I do think it's a part of, depending on who you are, I believe for me it is necessary because I'm connected to nature. I came into this as a nature girl. I'm a part of the wild. I didn't get to see nothing, but I felt the primal, the tribal, the animal. So the plants, they work for me. They work for me. So if you are connected to nature, if you love nature, if you like hiking, the plants are for you. See, it may not be for everyone. It will just call you. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I believe that these medicines, these plants, yes, they are required for your growth and your evolution, but the healing was already there. They don't decide that, because that's the thing. Because the reason why I say that, because there's people that have taken all of these medicines that I told you, and they ain't changed. That, you see what I'm saying? So that, I think that's where you're coming from.
You still have to do the work.
You gotta do the work. Yes, and I've done the work for years before I got here. So that's the thing. I've done the work. I've integrated. Once I had my first spiritual experience, when I joined that cult, and then once I learned all the concepts, like I was given the concepts, I was going through the motions. Then when I left, then I integrated, which I didn't know. I didn't know that word. I didn't know nothing about no integration. I just trusted the flow. And then I integrated for the next 7 years. So if you've been following me, I was still doing astrology. I was doing the human design. I was still getting on camera teaching. I was still in nature. I was still in the tropics. I was still, I was still in the flow of it, because I wanted it to be real. I did not want that experience just to be what it was. I wanted to now embody it, because I know it was about me coming into the truth of myself. I know it wasn't about everything that he said and they did. No, it was me versus me. And so I needed to embody that. And so, but then, of course, because I'm embodying concepts, then the medicine was like, okay, now you're going to be that. You're going to be it now. You did, and so now doing this integration, this is a part of my integration right now, talking to you. See, I've been here. I've done this. So I know now the best thing I can do right now is talk. So if any of my soul tribe that is watching right now, you gotta find a way to put yourself out here and talk, connect with people. This is, and most people don't want to get on camera and talk. But I was trained that you want to do this because because I could easily just go home and just no, I want y'all to see my transformation. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's perfect. I don't care if I'm not saying it right. I don't care however I appear. This is a part of my integration. Because this is what life's about. When you come into the oneness, when you remember who you are, you cannot care what people think. You cannot. You can't. So that's why I'm like, this is how I'm integrated. No, it's not. This is me. This is how I am. But I'm just encouraging, because everybody's different. Everybody got their own process in their journey. But I'm just encouraging, start talking, find your people. And I'm so thankful that you are in my life. I couldn't make this up, but you didn't know I was going to do plant medicine. You didn't know. I didn't even know you was into that. But we came at the right, and I'm just so glad that you're here in my life.
I 1,000% reciprocate, and there's definitely a synergy that's happening with the both of us, like in terms of what's happened in my life since the shifts that I've seen, and Kabbalah, and like all of the I feel it. Like I feel the change. I think that we're both meant to be in each other's lives to facilitate whatever process we're going through, and like maybe who knows where this will lead. But I'm very grateful, and I'm like honored. I'm honored to watch this transformation for you because I can tell where I know it's coming from a real place, and I see parts of my experience and your experience, and the lessons are very similar. So it's just really affirming to see that and to feel that. I didn't go through that experience alone. Like someone understands. Someone gets it, and we're on the same journey, different paths, right? Same journey. Ultimately, one journey for everyone. Like in the grand scheme of things, we just have all like our individual paths, full of our individual lessons leading to the same place. Is how I see it.
And when I left,
There's still so much. Like wachuma, I still want to like wachuma is my personal.
Oh, I forgot about that.
My personal like bud in the medicine world. Well, have been like cannabis since like 15 over on and off, and wachuma and I are
wachuma,
like,
yeah. I keep calling it San Pedro, but it's wachuma.
Yeah, San Pedro.
Yes, yeah.
Same thing.
Wachuma, girl, we was so shocked. We were at the end, we were just like, we don't want to take no more.
So are you by this after the ayahuasca? Are you like physically worn out? Are you just like?
Yes.
Are you just like? There's been so much energy going through that you're like a little bit maybe tired. Like,
Girl, I didn't even go to bed that night.
okay.
Yeah, it was. And I wanted to tell you this, because to ground you, because you just, they shoot that thing up your nose.
Nothing.
Well, they told, before the ceremony, they said, we don't think you should take it. They was like, you don't think you need
You don't need it.
Yeah, they was like,
already
and then even at the end, they said, do you want it? I was like, no. And so then even with wachuma, you needed to have that, but I was like, no. And I'm so glad I didn't take it, because I needed to learn how to navigate that energy, not bring it down, because I knew that I need to learn how to channel this energy. I need to know how to be in it and not have to be in control or stop it, because I know when I get home, it's going to be there, and I ain't going to have no, what's it called again?
Hot air.
No, I don't have to have nobody shooting something up my nose. I'm gonna have to deal with these waves so I'm so glad, even while I was there, I trained myself and allowed myself to be purely exhausted and be okay not going to sleep, be okay with being afraid, be okay with the anxiety, and I was okay with it. So now that I'm here, it's like I know what to do, because them waves hit. The first night, I stayed up all night, talked to my husband all night. I love you so much. Like, he stayed with, because it was, but y'all want to know what happened? That was so big. Hello, Serenity. Y'all want to know what happened that was so beautiful between me and my husband? Because I got to the point where I didn't know if I wanted to be in the relationship no more, because I was like, is the contract over? Is this complete? And our relationship has definitely been a relationship of growth. And both closed hearts. No oneness. Okay? And that was one of the questions I asked. And Serenity could vouch. I kept asking them, but I don't know if I should be in a relationship anymore. I just don't think it's it. I think we're done. Da, 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 da. And it's just like, And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let it go. And then of course in Bufo, him and Zen both popped up, because it was something I was carrying, that I can't be with the oneness and be with y'all at the same time. I have to choose. And that was hard for me. And that was something that I had to deal with in my past, in that past experience, that you can't go back to the oneness. You have to either choose the oneness or your family. You can't have both. And I held on to that, and it was so hard for me. But then ayahuasca, well, what Serenity helped me, she was just like, you get to decide now. You get to decide that your husband loves you, supports you, and that they are here for you. You can have both. And that even if things evolve and it's time for y'all to be complete, it's beautiful. It doesn't have to be, they go, thank you for loving me. Thank you for my little boy. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you so much. I release you with love. And we're going to be okay no matter the shape or the form of the relationship. We're going to be good. And once I start owning that, then when I went into ayahuasca, because I knew my ego was going to be like, well, what's Cashapp going to think about this? And what about Zen? And of course it did. And I was like, don't worry about that. Quetzal loves me. He supports me. He'll be here. We'll get back to him. Don't worry about that. He's fine. Let it go. And then after that, peace was restored with me and him. And then when I saw him in Zen, it was funny because at the end, everybody had left. I was there by myself because we had to go. But for 5 minutes, and then when Zen and Quetzal came, I was standing in the courtyard. And I saw them, and it was just like,
Oh, I can feel it already.
it was like I won. I got through this. I did it. And they were my promise. They was just like, and he had flowers for me.
My
and it
God.
was like, I did it. I got through it. I got through it.
I really love that. It really is the prize. Like this appreciation and this complete love and clarity about those who are in your life. That is the prize.
And get this, girl, don't stop here. So then me and him in bed talking. And I don't know what Zen was doing. And we was talking. And before you know, this is so intense. Happiness. Love. I'm deserving of love. In the moment I was talking to him. And I looked in his eyes, and it was like, I woke up. I was in a coma, and it was like, oh my God! And it was like, you know, and I was in a coma and amnesia, and I was dreaming all this time, and I woke up from a dream, and he was there waiting for me, and it was just like, oh my God! I almost lost you. I literally woke up out of a coma, and it was just like, you know, like in the Matrix, where you go in the Matrix and then they come out, and it was like, oh, you're back. That's how it was. He was waiting for me. It was like, it just happened, and we just grabbed each other and hugged and cried, and it was just like, oh my gosh. It was like a dream. I was dreaming this whole time, and I just woke up. I woke up. I woke up. You understand what it's like? Yeah, it's exactly like I was asleep this all that I lived was just a dream, and I woke up and he was right there.
That's really
Just looking for the menu
You
first.
need some, yeah. It was intense.
Good.
You good? Okay. It was.
No, it really is. It's really powerful. This is why I love these types of experiences that really put things into perspective. Like you end up with this clarity about everything that you're doing, everyone in your life. Sometimes it highlights the fact that, oh, I have certain people in my life that it's just not a match. But there are other times when you realize the full weight of like the people you have in your life that are your people, like your partner, your child, and you have this appreciation for them that you just weren't able to access before. And it can be like overwhelming all at once, but it's really beautiful. And if we can recall that feeling throughout the day, like throughout daily life, you end up really
Yeah, it was like I literally, you know how when you're having a dream and it's just like, oh, like let me wake up right now, because that's what it was. I literally woke up and saw for the first time.
I'm so happy for you and for him and for Zen. And for I'm so happy. It makes me really happy to see that someone goes through that information.
Yeah, girl. So
Okay,
so that happened.
it happened.
So I think for me right now, I'm complete right now. I gotta wait 369. I gotta wait about 7 days before I give him the business.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I gotta wait about 7 days. Because even with him and I, when we embrace each other and we kissed it just and he was just like, you feel completely different. He said, it feels like you're just surrendering to me. He was like, I just want to take all of your love. And he said, even my lips feel different. And he was just like, I'm just molding into him. And it's just like, I just want to give into him. Oh, and another thing that I learned is divine feminine and divine masculine. And y'all stop listening to these people talking about man versus woman, black versus white. No. None of that exists in the oneness. We are, as man and woman, we are here to surrender to each other. And that is what happens. Ain't that no patriarchy or matriarchy. It is that we close our hearts and we are to surrender as a woman, to surrender to the masculine, give into it. And the more that I gave into the masculine, the more that animal came out of me, and I was like, and then when I was with the women, it was flow, it was water, it was beauty, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I wouldn't have, and that's what I realized. Divine man and woman, they need healing. And you look at the world today and it's so separate. Everybody talking about, well, men did this and because the men did that and he's toxic, and then the men over here talking about we don't want to deal with women because they're this and they're that. That is all closed hearts. That's all your hearts have hardened. And talk about I ain't no submitting to no man, because you have not come back into your divinity as a feminine energy goddess. That is why. But when you tap back into that, it don't matter where the man's frequency is, because your frequency is so high, he will melt in your curves, in your movement, in your energy, in your song, in your sit. That's how powerful you are. And men, when you step back into your divinity, your strength and your presence will soften her too. Okay? That it ain't about what they need to be able to grow. No. It's about you. The power is within you. And when you can channel it, you can move mountains. You can soften hearts. You change the frequency. Stop waiting for everybody to change their frequency. It's you that changes it by your aura and your presence. That's what it is. And even my husband, he hasn't taken plant medicine, but he said he already feel it. He already feel the shift. I said, because the shift is within me. And everything is me. So because I love myself, I accept myself, I am worthy, I'm whole and complete, my reality is going to show that.
It will reflect
It will reflect
has
that.
to, because it's a mirror.
It is a mirror. You hear me? Everything's a mirror. Everything's a mirror. And when you can embody it, and this ain't no concept, when you can embody that, then you will be able to shift and move energy. You're just that powerful. So you have any closing remarks before we go? I could be on this camera forever, but this is just the beginning.
It's so hard to put it into a neat little box. There's so many things to discuss and so many questions that I still have. like, what would you say was the major thing that you're taking away from this experience?
You know, that life can be pleasurable. It's very simple. Like, life can feel good. You are worthy of goodness. You are abundant. Do not worry about how it's going to be, because it already is. And just enjoy life. Open your heart. Life is to feel good, to be happy. And so many people try to tell me, you just can't ask for happiness. You gotta want more for that. I said, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy.
You don't have to work for it. You deserve it just by being here. That is why you're here. You don't have to work for it. You do, in some sense, have to work through your own shit.
Yeah.
So that you can let yourself feel it and you feel like you deserve it. The whole bread of shame concept really comes into play here. However much you think you deserve, that's how much love you experience.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be so like, heavy and dense all the time. You can let yourself enjoy it.
But even when it's heavy and dense, that's when you dance.
You can let yourself enjoy that too.
Dude, that's when you dance. That's when you move in that energy. That's when you surrender. When that challenge comes to, I'm here. I give in. I surrender. It's like life is not about things being a certain way. It is about you allowing things to be a certain way as they are. And when you can do that, because that's Bufo, right? Bufo teaches that you didn't have no choice. You have to go into the frequency of having no choice. Right now, you have a choice. See, Ayahuasca gives you a choice. All these other plant medicines give you a choice. Bufo wants you to remember what it feels to have no choice and to surrender. And when you can connect back to that space of you, then that's when life gets fun. And it doesn't mean the emotions aren't going to come. And let me tell you something. You want to know what my Bufo is? My son, my little boy. Now that my heart's open and I am back, my little boy, he has absorbed me and his father's anger. He has a lot of anger in him. And I forgive myself. But I'm thankful because he is a part of my healing. He's a part of my integration because I remain open. I remain positive and love and joy and happy. Even when my little boy is telling me, Mama, shut up and stop singing. I don't want you to dance. I wish you wasn't here. I like it was when it was me and Daddy. Bye-bye. Bye. I like it when it was me and Daddy. And I look at that as like, thank you, son. That lets me know when I'm not here, you're going to be okay. That's how I look at it. You're going to be all right. And I said, but you know what? I liked it when I went around y'all even. I said, it's okay to have space. You know? But that's a transparent moment for me. Is that my little boy is worth a lot of our anger. And me and my husband are really working through that together. My husband is amazing. He's such a good father, and we have been we've really been kind to ourselves and been having much compassion for our son because we see ourselves in him. We see that because my husband told me that when he was a little boy, he hated when his mom used to sing, and he wished he could tell her to shut up. And now my little boy hear me sing, I just be whispering. He be like, Mama, stop singing. But my husband said when he was a child, that's how he felt about his mother. But he said his mama used to yell so loud and sing so loud and it scared him. He said it scared him. And my little boy's power and he stick to it in this, that is me. And I ain't gonna do something, I ain't gonna do it. And that's my little boy got that same energy, and I'm just like pouring love. I just pouring love, and I'm maneuvering between parenting him, allowing, but then, having to parent him, sometimes. Be like, okay, you can be who you are, but you don't gotta be mean. You don't gotta be mean. I was like, man, but I feel it. I don't allow him to soothe me. I soothe myself in those harsh moments where he's just, and I soothe myself. I don't take it out on him. And that's what happens to parents. They take it out on their children because they're expecting their children to soothe them.
Responsible
But
for
responsible for their emotions. And no. But your children just absorbed you. They absorbed your pain, your anger, your fear. And now that it's coming back into your face, you don't know how to handle it. But I say, surrender. Surrender. And our children are the best vehicles for us to surrender. Hey, Mom. Yes. Oh, and that whole thing with me and my mom in the car. Y'all, okay, I'm gonna get off here. Me and my mom, I saw my mom for the first time last night. Me and her had a moment. The medicine told me something, and my mom confirmed it. She confirmed. I never knew that about my mom. I never knew. Yeah, but I no longer have that mother wound. I no longer have it. Yeah. Me and my mom, we laughed. And even when my mom was being how she is, I just thought it was the funniest thing. But I know my mom, she has some things she's holding on to, and the medicine told me to tell her, you don't got carried no more, Mama. You don't got carried no more. But my mom, she has her own work to do. But my mom loves me very much, but she's a hurt little girl too.
The beautiful thing is, like, you're not doing this work for yourself. Everything that you went through is also allowing your mom, your grandmother, everyone that came before you, and then everyone that comes after to have a different choice.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, my mom, one of her customers, is a plant medicine woman, and so my mom asked the woman, like, what is your business? She said, plant medicine. She said, oh my God, my daughter's doing that right now. And they connected, and then the woman reached out to me, and we connected. And so I told my mom, I'm gonna talk to this lady, but that might be your portal in. That might be your portal, because it's so close. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to her. I know. My mom is really she's really open. She's a minister, but my mom is really open, and me and her have done a lot of healing work over the years. So my mom, I have complete faith in her healing. I have complete faith in who she is as a person. Like, I ain't worried about her. She gonna be all right, because everything always works out for us, always. So, but I'm witnessing everything. I just witness, like, things that used to bother me, and I'm not to say that it doesn't bother me, but it's like I connected to my soul. So now my soul is that seat of the soul, that book, Untethered Soul. My soul was witnessing all of that. It was my soul talking to my ego. I'm like, get in. What are you doing? It's the whole time my soul was just watching my ego, and it was just like guiding it the whole way. It was me and my soul dancing, me and my soul the whole time. I literally connected with myself. And I keep saying that because we say this stuff, but it's like, nah, I literally connected with my soul. So now I'm able to go outside of the body, and I'm able to see things now. Because now I'm moving through my soul, and my ego is still there. It's there, it ain't going nowhere. But now it's like I have a choice. I have a choice. I really feel like I have a choice now. You know how we in Kabbalah they'll say pause with pleasure, and it's like, but it's like that's what I remembered in that ceremony. Pause, what a pleasure that I'm going through all of this. I'm going through the fear, I'm going through the doubt, I'm going through them, they were all throwing up and stuff.
You were like, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for my healing. I said, don't change nothing. And that's why I keep saying everything is perfect. And that's what they teach in Kabbalah. Don't change anything, because everything is the oneness. It's perfect. Don't want things to change. Let things be what they are, because that is where the oneness is. That's where God, the source, whatever you want to call it, it's letting this happen. So give thanks to that.
And expand yourself so that you are equipped to handle more and more of what you're already experiencing. You're able to take it in and let it change you, let it affect you, let it move through you. I feel it changing you too. I feel like you feel different in a very like lovely and positive way. To say that. So I'm excited to see how else this affects you, what you end up doing next. Like I'm just excited. I'm excited for you, and like I said, I'm grateful that I got to witness it, because it reminds me.
Yeah.
Everything that you do.
Yeah. I think it's important. I think it's important to continue to be around people that are waking up, because it makes you to stay awake. That's why they say be around your community. It doesn't mean you can't be around people that ain't doing this, but it's important to be around the people. This is why we're looking for community, because the community is what grounds us. The community is what helps us navigate through this life together. And so when you see everybody going through their thing, it's a remembrance that you also went through that
You're
thing
not alone.
too. And you're
Everyone
not alone.
is going through it.
Yeah, but if you get around people that are not on this frequency,
But they're not conscious that they're going through it. Yeah.
then you'll take on that energy.
Yep.
Because we're cells. We're gonna always conform to the petri dish that we're in, because we're cells. So you want to get around the cells that have expanded their consciousness, that are moving in this way, because you're going to expand together.
Yep.
So you know what I mean. So that it just all makes sense. That's why it's so important to be around your community of people. As much as you can.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing my family. I can't wait to see my family. Like, I look forward, and they not my Babylon family. They are my family. I look forward to seeing them. Like, just with fresh eyes, ears. I look forward to seeing them. Like, I don't feel separate. I don't feel separate from no one. I really don't. Because there's always an opportunity for me to see myself.
Gosh, everybody could use some of that medicine. You look forward to being around everyone. You're just like, let's see who I am in this moment.
Show me about myself.
What are you here for? What are we going to, it's fun. It's exciting.
Well, it's easy to say you grew or you healed when you ain't around the people that trigger you or are used to trigger you. So I want to see, who am I going to be in this moment now?
It's a really good
litmus
test. I'll say that. One of those papers I'm used to using my chemistry to of the pH or something, it lets you know.
Yeah.
Because you're right, as much work as you can do in this beautiful setting with these beautiful people who are all, same path, the real test is your real life and your real family.
Because I got so much love. I got so much love to give. Before we reaching for it. We reaching for the love. But where I'm at, I got so much love to give. I can't wait to meet you, because I got so much. I'm big. I'm Memphis. I'm big. I'm expensive. I got so much. If you don't got none, I'll give you some. Like, I got so much love to give.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna lose it by giving it away. I'll just get replaced.
And that's just like with Kabbalah, with the receiver like sharing for the sake of sharing. I'm sharing for the sake of sharing. I'm not sharing because then you're supposed to be giving to me. Reciprocity. No, I'm sharing because I have all I need. I have all I need. So I'm sharing because I want to. You don't have to give me anything. You are perfect. You are everything. There's nothing you have to do to change. Be you. Be who you are. It's enough. Okay? I come to you. You don't have to give. Just receive. Just receive. Take me in. You'll like it.
I do like it. I love it.
Receive. And if I end up getting something from you, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
But I'm just so
Oh,
cool.
it's such a great place to be.
I know I said I'm complete.
Well, it's like, no, you'll see. Like
Yeah.
this, all of these realizations, they're gonna like gel with time. And like years after the fact, you'll still be going back to this experience and be like, oh, I made this connection. Another connection. It'll never end. Like this, it's such a transformative experience that it will continue to give you insights. Down.
Yeah.
This is just the start, like you said.
It's just the start. And doing the breath work and doing the yoga and doing the Kabbalah and listening to Abraham Hicks and my astrology and human design, it means so much more to me now. It's like my little almonds along. It really is. It just makes so much more to me.
There's intention behind it.
We have everything we need. We just have to open our hearts to receive. Like for real, whatever you're into, whatever it is, nature, astrology, or just whatever you're into, those are your tools. Those are the things that you are here to embody and express and share. Because everybody's not into the same things. But when you come back to the core of who you are, now it's going to make sense why you were into those things that you were into, because that's what you're here to express. Okay? So, like, even if a person's into religion, they're a Christian, if they took plant medicines, their relationship with Christ is going to be 100 times more than it ever has. You know what I mean? Because I met Christ. I was there with Christ, with all of them. So I don't discriminate on what nobody believes, because I was there with it. So I understand, and it's the one. The only thing I can say is it's the oneness. That's what is clear for me is it's all the same thing. It really is. And so I give thanks to how you express it and become more of who you are. And if you do choose to take plant medicines and if you're curious about it, I'm here. You can ask me questions. I am new. I'm not an expert, not trying to be. I don't think you can be an expert at this because everybody has their own journey. But if you are curious about it or you thought about it, this is your sign now to do it. Y'all know I ain't never talked about nothing like this. This is my first time ever in my life doing anything like this. And I'm so glad that I did. I would hate to live this life knowing I never did plant medicine. I would hate that. I would hate that. I would be like, what? I was like, man. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I did. I can't speak for everyone else, but I'm glad I went to the other side. I won't ever not want to know this.
Came back to bring the knowledge and experience.
I don't ever want to not know this. I'm glad with the grace that was given to me. I'm glad that I know this. I'm glad that I got to experience. It's not even knowing, experience it. I'm glad that I got to experience it. So that's why I don't care if nobody judge me, because I know what I experienced. And that's why I'm putting it down here. Because I want to share with anyone. I believe everyone should be in this flow of life. I really do. I do. Yep. So we can get off of here. And y'all know y'all can hit me up if I have any questions. Of course, this is just the beginning of the conversation. But I definitely wanted, you can come in the camera. I definitely wanted to, because me and her, we probably going to keep talking after we get off. But
Lots to say, yes.
Oh, you got to go in 30 minutes. But I wanted to share a conversation because I know it was going to be deep. And I wanted to share that with y'all. Because just imagine if you and I did all this talking without the camera. Now I'm gonna have to get back on here, and I didn't even do that.
No, this is gonna, like, obviously it's transformative for other people, but for you to have this record of how you feel right now,
Yes.
recently after the experience, you're gonna go back to this, and it's gonna be really, really helpful for you and everyone else. Because you're coming from, you're still there. You're like
I'm
in
still
the,
there. I'm still there.
in the flow.
Yeah, I'm still
Putting
there.
words to it, which is really helpful. People can feel that it's real. You know what I mean? It's coming from experience. You're not just talking about something you read in a book. No, you're bringing your experience outward. Very fair.
All right, y'all. I love you, and thank you for my healing.